Now it's time that we populate the user data in account screen. So we will come up here in lib common controller services profile data CRUD services dot dart. So here we have already made a function that is get profile data from real-time database. So now it's time that we create a provider, and it's going to be profile data provider dot dart class profile data provider extends change notifier. Now I will import this one. Now it's time that we make a variable here, and it's going to be profile data model profile data. And now let's create a function to update this profile data variable. Get profile data, and it's going to be an asynchronous function. Profile data equals to await profile data CRUD services dot get profile data from database. So, and the user ID it's going to be auth dot, we have to import the constants folder here, file here, auth dot current user phone number. And yeah, and now we want to notify the listeners. Notify listeners. Okay, we are good. So we want to make sure that we call this function as soon as our app opens up. So we will come up here in common controller services, and here it's going to be mobile auth screen. Okay, let's come up to sign in logic screen. I think so. View sign in logic, and here we are. So here we first check for authentication, and after authentication we check for user. So if we are navigating to home screen, that is home screen driver, or you say registration screen. Okay, if we are navigating to driver or rider home screen, then we want to make sure that we call this function. So we'll come up here, context dot read, and here it's going to be profile data provider dot get profile data. So we will copy the same here and paste it here. Let's add a little bit of comment here. Navigate to rider application, and copy, paste, navigate to driver application. Now it's time that we come up here, that is in rider view account screen, and here we do have to initialize a consumer. So let's come to account, and this is the place where we have to go with the consumer. Here this is profile data, so we will go with consumer builder let's import this provider file, consumer builder, and it's going to be context comma profile provider comma child, and here we'll return if profile data provider dot, okay, we have to initialize profile provider profile data provider. Here will come up if profile provider dot profile data equals null, then show something, else return something. So we will copy this row, we will cut this row, and if profile data equals to null, we want to return this row, that is the previous row, whatever the previous UI was there, we want to return this, and instead of my name here, we want to go with user. Else we want to return something else here, else paste this one, and here instead of my name, it's going to be profile data provider dot profile data dot name. Let's add exclamation for null check, and here we do need to go with network image instead of asset image, network image, and here it's going to be profile provider dot profile data dot profile pqrl, and let's add exclamation here. And here we do have an error here, let's check, and here we haven't returned this row, so we'll go with return, and yeah, we are good to go. So here we will go with const. And another thing, I just want to make sure that like if there, because of some errors, we didn't update it, the profile data, whenever our app loads up, we want to make sure that it again get profile data once the user lands on account screen. So here we will go with init state, and here I will come up with widgets binding. Here I will copy the widgets binding code and then make it asynchronous. I will go with context.read profile data provider dot get profile data. Okay, we are good to go. So let's restart our app. And here I do want to make sure, like once we get the profile data, let's display it. So we'll go log. Make sure you are importing Dart developer, not Dart.map. So here it's going to be profile data dot toMap dot toString. Okay, so let's run our app. So we do have an error here, that is profile data, it's not profile data provider, it's not been initialized. So we'll come up to map. Here we'll copy a change notifier code, paste up here, and we will make it profile data provider. Copy the same, paste up here, and let's restart our application. Yeah, as you can see, I do have this profile data map here. So let's come up to account, and yeah, our profile data is also there, our name is also there, so it's good to go.